Hi there, my name is Connor, owner of Roamlii, and I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of our group booking system. At a high level, we help accommodation and activity operators fill weekday and shoulder season gaps by creating proactive group booking opportunities. Before I get into that, I want to start with something important. For most operators, the days are already full. You're looking after guests, managing staff, coordinating schedules, handling inquiries, solving problems, and trying to keep everything moving. And that work matters. You're creating experiences, shaping memories, and helping people connect with a place. But the day-to-day is still the day-to-day. It snowed, there's a leaky faucet in cabin 3, someone called in sick, there was a last-minute cancellation, payroll's coming up, the insurance application is due, and maybe the goat got inside again. So even when the work is meaningful, some parts of the business are still harder to carry than others. A big reason behind why I built this is because I've lived it. I generated about $800,000 to $1 million each year entirely from group bookings, while also supporting the broader commercial operation for a smaller resort in a remote destination in a province that isn't exactly known as a tourism hotspot. So the challenge was very real. Leisure and wedding demand mattered, especially on weekends and during the high season, but that kind of demand was mostly inbound. You waited for it to come in, and when it did, it usually wanted the same dates as everyone else. So the work had to become bigger than just bringing in more demand. It meant finding ways to fill the parts of the year that needed more support, improving how inquiries and guest communication were handled, creating stronger follow-up and reactivation strategies, and designing more efficient systems that helped the business run with more consistency. Group business was a key part of that because it gave us a much more proactive and strategic way to influence the parts of the calendar that needed to pull their weight. That broader experience is what shaped this system. And now I use that same approach to help smaller independent accommodation and activity operators create more weekday and shoulder season business. That's the core challenge many operators across Canada are facing. For a lot of businesses, weekends and high season do a lot of the heavy lifting. That's where leisure demand tends to cluster. These inquiries are usually the product of marketing activities, so they're inbound, they're less predictable, and when they do come in, they're often competing for the same dates. What that often means is empty weekday capacity, slower shoulder seasons, tighter cash flow, and more pressure on the owner to carry the business through it all. It can also start to feel like the only way to grow is to add more assets instead of making more extensive use of what you currently have. That's where group business changes the picture. Unlike leisure demand, group business can be created more proactively and directed towards the parts of the year that need more support. Group often looks to weekdays for retreats, meetings, and offsites, and shoulder seasons can be a strong fit for annual meetings, conferences, and gatherings. So instead of focusing entirely on generating inbound inquiries through marketing, you can also create demand more intentionally. And that's where you can really build some serious momentum. Here's how the group booking system works. We start by profiling your business, so the system is shaped around your offer, your assets, your audience, and your seasonality. From there, we identify likely fit organizations, teams, and groups that align with what you offer and the booking windows you want to strengthen. Then we shape the outreach around your business so the messaging sounds right, feels relevant, and creates real conversations. And as that outreach compounds and those relationships develop, more of your weekday and shoulder season capacity has the chance to fill with proactive group demand. That's when these quieter stretches start contributing more revenue. We're also working with operators right now who are actively benefiting from the group booking system and building that momentum in real time. Here's an illustrative example of what this can look like. Imagine a quiet, dark sky resort about 2.5 hours from Calgary with 36 bedrooms spread across 15 cabins, offering an all-inclusive package of accommodations, meals, and a mix of horseback riding, canoeing, dark sky viewing, and guided bird watching, at around $250 per person per night, where the cabins are shared but the bedrooms are not. Based on that profile, each month we'd identify 40 likely fit organizations within driving distance and we'd shape the outreach around weekday retreats, leadership offsites, and shoulder season gatherings that are a strong fit for that property's quiet setting, the active experiences it offers, and the amenities it provides. At that price point, a 3-night stay for 36 guests would represent roughly $27,000 in revenue from one group booking, before any additional add-ons or upgrades. The result, over the course of 1 year, you'll reach out to 480 likely fit organizations. You'd also be extending a leisure offer to their teams, so together you'll be creating hundreds of new business leads and thousands of new leisure leads every year, all of which can be re-engaged over time. This snowball effect can create tens of thousands of dollars in new revenue each year, plus repeat bookings, busier weekdays, steadier shoulder seasons, and stronger annual performance from the assets you already maintain. What starts to happen next is pretty meaningful. Group outreach creates conversations, conversations create bookings, those bookings help fill the gaps, and when the gaps start filling, revenue gets stronger and the business gets more stable. It also creates a stronger foundation for future follow-up, reactivation, and repeat business later on, because now the right contacts and conversations are being captured in one place and built upon. In practical terms, that means more leisure and group leads entering your pipeline, more weekday and shoulder season bookings, more ROI from the assets you own, and more stability because the quieter stretches start carrying more of the load. And then there's the numbers side of it all. We've built a calculator that helps you see what even a modest shift in weekday and shoulder season bookings could look like for your business. You can use your own numbers or start with industry averages just to get a clear sense of the opportunity. Because the truth is, weekday and shoulder season revenue often goes unrealized. This system is designed to help change that. If any of this resonated with you, let's take a closer look at what it could really do for your business. Just book a quick discovery call and we can dig in. The positive effects can be significant and create ripple effects for years to come.